So good, they named it twice, Can Corla. Anyway, Minister, according to an extensive IBEX survey, many businesses are running out of cash, and yet the take-up of some of the liquidity measures announced by your department is low. So why is this happening? Well, one of the reasons is that many companies don't want to add to their increasing levels of debt. I've spoken about this before. Their utility bills, their rent, their insurance. And I think we also have to remember that an end to lockdown is not the start of normal trading. Many businesses will have turnover somewhere around 20 or at best 50%, so they have no profit. So they don't want to restart with an overhang of debt. So my question to you is, will you give cash grants to businesses like in the UK, Germany, Denmark, to specifically cover ongoing costs when closed so that they're not restarting with a significant overhang of debt?
Thank you, Deputy, for raising that. And we currently have a suite of supports. Some of them are loans and some of them are grants. Now, we have the business continuity grant. You get that from the local enterprise office, so that gives you access to somebody to give you advice and to help you put together a financial plan for your company. So that's available. Then we have the grants for getting online, and in fairness, a lot of businesses have taken that up as well. And then finally, we have the Restart Grant. And the Restart Grant is a fund that I announced last Saturday week of €250 million. And tomorrow I bring to Cabinet the details of how that loan or how that grant will work. So it's going to be a maximum of €10,000, and it will be connected to the rates that businesses paid last year. And that will be a direct cash grant into their business, and that means that they'll be able to use that money, whether they need to buy some perspex or whatever to put up PPE protections in their businesses. They can use it for overhanging costs. Maybe they have ESB bill and a few other things like that. So it's there for them to use, and I think it'll be very much welcomed. And then, of course, there's the wage subsidy scheme, and I think that people should remember that this scheme, when you start to bring your workers back, they'll all be coming back, hopefully, over the next period of time. So the wage subsidy scheme means that your wages will be paid. If you're an employer, the state will pay the wages of your workers up to 85%, a maximum of €410 per worker, and that will continue until the 16th of June. So that in itself, when you have your business back up and running, will actually be a cash injection as well.
Thank you. Well, I'm happy to hear that the Restart Grant can be used to specifically cover costs that have accrued when the business was closed. My second question is on borrowing. I've spoken about this before, the rates. Government can borrow less than 1%, yet we're charging 4 to 5% over the lifetime of the loan. And my question is, why are we so out of kilter with our European partners? What is the reason for this? Is it to protect our banks and their profitability? Thank you, Minister.
Yeah, okay. Well, interest rates under the Microfinance Ireland COVID-19 loan schemes, they have been reduced from down to between 4.5% and 5.5%. The first 6 months are interest and repayment free, which means there's an effective annual interest rate of just over 3%. Under the SBCI COVID-19 Working Capital Scheme, loans are offered at a maximum rate of 4%, and this represents a significant saving compared to other similar lending products in the market. And under the Future Growth Loan Scheme, the maximum interest rate is 4.5% for loans less than 250,000, 3.5% for loans more than or equal to 250,000. And can I just say that we are exploring measures to further reduce interest rates, and I continue to look at whatever opportunities there are for lower interest rates on loans. For example, in relation to Microfinance Ireland, I recently secured government approval to amend the process by which Microfinance Ireland is funded so that they can access cheaper funding. Once the necessary legislation is in place, that will support further lending by Microfinance Ireland at heavily subsidised interest rates. And under the new €2 billion credit guarantee scheme, interest rates will be below market rates because the state is guaranteeing 80% of those loans. Sorry.